Hi guys, Ghost Raven here and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines 2. I hope you guys are doing well today. Please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel and I'll bring you more cool daily videos like this. So we're jumping in today to, I think, finally put in the highway infrastructure that we need to do. So we've had this off-ramp of this other highway and this other highway connection into another two cities and the train line as well on this side. And we've just been cutting this highway back until it's got to this point here. But what I'd like to do now is join this up with a city. But before I do that, I want to make sure that there is another way for people coming from these two cities on either side of the map here that are going to be using this highway to not have to cut through our city and then increase the traffic on our roads in our city. So we need to do sort of a byway or a highway. So I'm thinking we're going to wrap it around this side of the mountain, and then we're going to hook it up where it's kind of like a little bit lower level on this point over here. So something like over here. So I don't want to purchase the properties, so we're going to be a little bit cheeky, and we are going to use anarchy. That's going to allow us to do what we need to do. So I want to do a 2-lane, I think. And I just want to check what the distance is between these two. So if we use the parallel, okay, so it's a little bit further, so it's 2. Right, so then we'll have an idea of what it is that we need to do. Okay, so I kind of want to wrap around the mountain over here. So let's just go, if we just use the continuous tool, and we go wrapping around the mountain, so respecting the topography. Okay, so that's looking good. Okay, and we want to kind of come into this sort of area. So I'm going to just have a look at the highways. This is a little bit janky over the mountain over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to delete some of this and then just flatten this where the road's going to be, and then we'll just put the road back. Okay, so if we do the terrain tool and we just go level terrain, okay, and then what we can do is we can soften the terrain on the side as well. We'll just make it not so strong. And the same thing on this side. Just reduce it down a little bit. Okay, and there's much of a height difference here. There actually is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back this road a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is instead of using this tool, I'm going to use this tool, the slope terrain, and I'm going to right click at the top. Then I'm going to left click up there like that. Okay, so now we should be able to take our highways and run it beautifully along this area. And a lot less janky. I think a lot better. This is okay. Might want to come up a little bit higher over the river, but for now this is okay. Okay, so, and then we want to be able to hook it up on this side, and we want to be able to hook it up over here, and we also want to be able to hook it up over here. So let's do this over here. There's a massive fire and a traffic accidents on this side. Looks a little bit crazy actually. Okay, so we want to use the intersections, and we have a few options when it comes to this. Could probably use the bigger one. Go and pause the simulation, and I'm going to drop it in. Okay, kind of working with the terrain. Absolute chaos going on here now. Okay. That's the problem, is that we don't actually have okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the 2-lane and just bring them in like that and bring it in like that, so we can split it off nicely. A little bit janky. Proper janky. Okay, so let's just fix it up a little bit. I don't know if I'll just totally mess this up, but anyways, okay, so let's just bring this back a little bit. And we're going to use the 2-lane, and we're going to use okay. Okay, it was a little bit janky, but we sorted it out. We managed to sort it out at least. Okay, so we've got the 2, and then we know that we had it slightly further apart. So what we want to do is we want to bring them in closer together. So let's just do the 1. And then we can do the other one this way. Okay, so that's hooked up. So the cars are just going to have to reorganize themselves. Perfect. Okay, so the highway runs all the way along here, cuts through the mountains, over the water, around the mountain on this side. And now we need to do sort of an interchange over here, or something over here at least. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to move this. I'm just going to move it to the other side for now. Get it out of the way. Almost feel sorry for all these people that are going to be living here and all the noise that's going to happen because of it. But what can we do? Okay, so we want to go intersections again, and this is massive. I'm not sure. No, I think it's a little bit too big. If we can get away with something a little bit smaller, maybe something like this. Let's push it back a little bit. Okay, so I think let's hook up the side first. So we might want to go. We might want to not go around the mountain like we are at the moment. Might want to just cut straight through. Alright, so marvel of engineering. We're going to go through the mountain, I think. Let's see if we can get away with it. Why not kind of go underground? just want to see if we can get this to be 180 degrees. If we can't, it's fine. But we're going to want to go into the mountain. We want to come out the other side. Okay, and back up to ground level. Yeah, cutting straight through the mountainside. Okay, and then I'm just going to bring this back a little bit. Excuse me, and then I'm going to run these roads. So I'm not going to use the parallel, I'm just going to use mine. And there we go. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Hooking up through the mountain. Okay, so here I want to okay, I think we can definitely do something better by ourselves. And then that was quite bad.
A driving advisory has been issued.
Right, so now that's hooked up to that highway. Goes through the mountain and it gets hooked up to the highway on that side.
Then try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
Okay, so now if they do need to cut across, they can. And now I just want to hook this up to this section of our city. So if we just use a normal 4-lane, don't need anarchy all the time, especially when we own the property.
Shall remain nameless. Stay tuned.
A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
That's right, Glenda. But apparently that's not all good news. We're joined today by an expert guest, Professor.
Okay, and then I'm just going to use the 2-lane.
So a housing shortage
And I'm just going to go.
People trying to move here, right?
Humans are programmed to desire certain representations within ideological reward structure.
Okay, then we hooked up to that side.
Entirely apart from the actual rewards enjoyed. For example,
It's becoming night time, so we should go and have a look at the city.
One final question, Professor. Is the housing shortage going to make
Really pretty at night.
by certain metrics, perhaps yes, in the short term.
I like the sound of that.
But what we are discussing,
Lots of people
study
walking along the
of
beach.
statistical abstraction and its effect on the human.
So pretty,
Thank you,
actually.
Professor.
Okay, so we should have cars starting to use this highway. We do.
Interesting news.
Okay, so immediately we have.
Sources tell us
That's awesome.
our city has more services than we know what to do with.
And you
Okay,
know
so
what?
then what I want to do as well is add another 2 bus routes to the bus station.
No, the point is we're
So let's have a look what we've got going on here.
money into local
So if we choose the bus routes, let's see, we've got a red route and we have got a yellow route, I
enjoying a
think.
positive trade balance, and the economy is
Yeah.
booming.
Red and
More
yellow.
of this.
Okay, so I want to do another one. So I'm just going to pause for now. And to our new highway, which is all the way over there and all the way back over here. There's a new bus route for us. And the same thing with this one. We go all the way over there and all the way back over here. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is I want to just take the ticket price down, and I just want to take the number of vehicles down, and I want to turn it into an electric bus. And I want to use a color that we haven't used before, so maybe something like an orange. Okay, and then the same thing with this one. I want to just go electric bus, ticket price down to 0, turn the assigned vehicles down to 0, or down to the minimum, which will be 8. We can always adjust this if we can see that we do need to do more. And I think we're going to do a blue route as well. Something like that. So we should have those nice 4 colors. And then we can run the simulation. And what it'll do is buses from the bus depot will come out Here come some orange buses, and here come some blue buses. We just make sure that we've run out of vehicles, so I'm going to use an expansion thing. So this is the extra garage, and what it does is it allows for extra buses, so an extra 10 vehicles. So let's just see if that's enough. Might not be. It's counting up pretty quickly. We might need to put another one in. Okay, I'm going to put another one in anyways, because what it's going to allow us to do is just to have the additional capacity. So if they do need to come back for maintenance, then we'll have spare. Okay, so those buses are now making their way to the bus station. So here comes the blue and the orange. Yeah, there's the first blue and first orange. I don't know why there's so many red buses. And it's pretty well used routes, so okay, bus line 2. Alright, so there's our first orange bus and there's our first blue bus leaving the city. Where's he going? So he goes all the way out of the city. I don't know why he just doesn't cut through this way. You can see there's the orange and there's the blue. Well, they are going to get there eventually. Now you can see there's lots more traffic coming in here, so this is now being well used, which is exactly what you want. Okay, and what I definitely want to do is just remove the traffic crossings over there and over there. And I know our unemployment is quite high, so let's just go and check it out. We are sitting at 18%. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some higher density offices, I think, in. Okay, so we've got this space and that space. No, I don't want to, so there's a park there. I don't want to delete that. And what I want to do is just take this opportunity just to increase the size of this traffic circle. Okay, and then these bigger buildings can form in. A lot of now traffic coming this way now. So I suppose at least the buses are staying off this. But this seems like a lot. So I want to see where the majority of these cars are actually going. Where are you off to, my friend? Just having a look where he's going. Also good to see how our traffic's actually flowing from the perspective of somebody actually coming in and moving into the city, transporting private vehicles, so they are moving in. Road infrastructure actually looks good. There we go. And they're parked on the side of the road, which means they're probably going to live somewhere close by. Yeah, they're gone. Cool. Okay, so we have a little bit of space here to develop as well, and because of our unemployment being a little bit high, I want to try and bring in some more businesses. These high density businesses seem to be working, or the high density commercial. So what I'm going to do is, if I run pathway like we have in the past, just out the side like this. Just so they don't try and come off the side. So this is fine because they're not doing it there now, so it's actually perfect. Okay, and if we just put a slightly bigger road in instead of trying to always do the smaller one. Okay, that should give us opportunity to have a mixture of these buildings in here. Maybe we should have offices in here as opposed to these big buildings. Something like that, a little bit better, I think. That should help with unemployment a little bit. Down to 16%. Oh, it went up to 17 now. I think we're going to have to do like expand our industrial zone quite significantly in order to be able to create more jobs. Probably one of the most efficient ways of creating jobs, as well as the high density offices. You now have a few more coming into the city, so actually looks really cool. Like welcome, where we can have a little park here, some like grass. So let's actually do that. Let's do a little bit of detailing. The simulation is running in full speed around us. Okay, so I am going to put anarchy on, even though I don't need it. Let's just see. I don't think we're going to need it. Like that. Like that. And if we do like a nice fountain, do the same sort of two things, like welcome to that part of the city. Add a few parks, add a few benches. Lightning storm going on at the moment. I don't know, I think a little bit of detailing makes all the difference. Adds a little bit more realism to the city. It would just be nice if they actually use the props, like if they as Sims actually came and sat down and chilled out here for a bit. It would actually be nice, but they don't. They don't actually use any of these facilities. So it would be nice if they could. I think for sure. So this is like we've got some residential here, but we do have an excess of people, and our population is just rising and rising and rising. We are making lots and lots and lots of money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be a little bit cheeky, and I'm actually going to remove some families from the city. I think we could probably do the same with these as well. Yeah, so we're going to have a drop in population, which is fine. It's expected for what we've just done. And lots of people, they're going to need to suddenly get out of the city. So our bus routes are going to get really, really, really busy. 71%. So we could probably add... Going to add another 3 buses onto that route for now. This is only at 16%. So I mean, we can actually just drop this down then. I think 5's more than enough. 36%. Going to add just another 2. That's a lot of people now suddenly leaving the city. I really am sorry, guys.
Good news for all local residents. Public transportation within designated areas is now free of charge.
There's no such thing as a free lunch, but a free bus ride might just be your ticket.
We're going live to Kim, who is out on the streets to find out how local residents are responding to the new transportation policy.
I'm standing in
Okay, down
line
to
waiting to head
15%. So we are starting to make a
downtown.
little bit of a
And good
difference.
news, I left my
Our
wallet at the
population is
studio.
climbing again by another
I'm gonna
1,000
take
an
it
hour,
for a
which is
ride
just
this
crazy.
morning, free of charge. I have Gloria standing next to me. Gloria.
And we have a traffic
What
jam.
do you think of this new transportation policy?
I'm loving it. Every penny saved counts. I just hope it doesn't make the buses more crowded.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate.
Okay, what I want to
area
do
due
is
poor
just go and
road
add a little bit
conditions.
of
Please exercise caution if
greenery
you
and
must,
stuff to the
and
new
try to
area
stay
we've
off the streets
just
until
added.
conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
I mean, this is it here, and it's actually done quite nicely itself. Doesn't need much.
You're listening to Jade Road Radio.
This is a nice busy road, so I think next episode we're going to look at maybe putting in a tram, and the tram will run, and what it'll do is it'll alleviate all of these people that are walking
We're
along the sides of the
live,
road
and
to
we're getting
be able to
reports
just
about
move
a
quickly
traffic
to and back from the city.
accident,
So I think our first tram we're going to run
somewhere,
along
in
this
the city.
road
Road maintenance services
all
have
the
already
way
been
to
slashed, and
this
traffic
part of the
flow should
city,
return to normal.
and
But if
vice
you're
versa on the
planning a
way
quick
back.
trip
So
out,
this
you
road
might want to wait a
basically
little
here
while until
all the
everything
way
clears
along.
up.
So I think that's definitely going to be something we're going to do next episode.
You already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and
Okay, so let's go into a little bit. So
and on to
we
our
can just
main
add a little
feature
bit
story.
more of
The
ourselves.
commercial
You know, we
district
can
is
just
booming,
use
as
anarchy
the
and just
area is attracting
add what we
more
want to.
high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury
just
to
fill up
our
the spaces a
neighborhood.
little bit more.
You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate. Or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
And if it's nicely grown up with a lot of shrubbery and stuff, then it means it's been there for a while, so it's had opportunity to grow and to become more like this older city, you know. You're putting these buildings in, they're brand spanking new. So you want to make it look like it's been here for a while, and the easy way to do that is by what I'm doing now, just adding a lot of shrubbery. Okay. Yeah, much better. We could probably add a few trees in between here. See, it looks a million times better with a little bit of trees. And we could probably just run, if we use the line tool, go down to like 10, spread them apart. We should be able to a little bit of trees where we can. Okay, definitely looking better. Could probably add some trees between there and the buildings and the path. Add a little bit of a barricade between the main road and the buildings. There we go. It's looking really good. I think this island is now complete. Pretty cool. Sunset Harbour is growing up nicely. Most of the buildings are 3rd or 4th or 5th level. So I mean, if you're sitting along in one of these buildings, sitting in your apartment, looking out over the water, watching the ships come in and out of the harbours, I think it's pretty cool. It should be very high, very expensive property. It should be, at least. So the wealthy is very wealthy. So everybody's happy in there. Very, very, very happy in there. Okay, so this changing the buildings, has this helped us a little bit? Let's look at our unemployment and see. So 15.8, so it is coming down, and well, it's fluctuating up and down, up and down. It is asking for more offices and more commercial. Maybe we can just make it commercial and then, or offices, and then just get rid of the residents that live along this road. As I said in a previous episode, I don't like the EU mixed-use buildings. It doesn't sit well with the Japanese theme, so I would like to switch it out with the Japanese theme. So if I have to show you here, that's the kind of buildings you want to switch it out to. So well, we can do a little bit each episode, I think. Also, that'll reduce our population as well, and also reduce our income. Our income's back up to 258. It's going to drop a little bit now because we just kicked a whole bunch of people out. And the buildings, the Japanese theme buildings, don't hold as many people and residents as the European ones do. So 63 households, 84 households, and this is like 96, 100, 144, 100. So they're much bigger and can hold a lot more people. This will replace a few of them with, I mean, that's down to 36 in comparison to something like this, which, oh, well, that's only got 32 actually. I think that's a smaller floor plan. But then at least it's more the Japanese style. So that's exactly what I was trying to do. Try and make it a Japanese theme build. So we mostly use Japanese where we can. And I get rid of these elementary schools and everything. At the moment, our education is really bad. So I'm just going to leave all the education we have at the moment. But we are going to have to think of a place or central place where we can bus people in or tram people in or something where there'll be an educational sort of facility. So maybe we can dictate one of these islands or half of these islands or section of this island will be like a massive education center. So we'll have the technical university, the medical university, schools, elementary schools, high schools, and we'll just colleges, and just make one big educational district, and then we'll just ship people in and out of that district when they need to. Maybe we'll just use the subway and just pop them in quickly in and out when we need to. So there we go, guys. So we have created an absolute traffic jam. People coming in and out of the city on this highway now, which is what we didn't want to do. We're trying to alleviate some of it by allowing people to then take an alternative route to be able to get up to the other highway. This does look like this is a problem, so we are going to probably have to upgrade this infrastructure. A lot of people coming in. So maybe a direct route off the highway and straight into the city. And they don't even have to come to this intersection. Yeah, this is going to be a problem because this traffic's going to back up all the time, I think. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Okay, because we use Anarchy, we were able to place the road network without having to buy the territory, which I think actually helped us quite a lot. And this is quite a lot of flat areas, so I think when we do decide where we're going to put our airports and those types of things, I think this flat area is going to be nice for the airport. And I'd like to try and bring out the agricultural on this side as well, try and grow the industry, especially the specialized industry, and just try and bring a little bit more of these things into a surplus as opposed to being in a deficit. So, I mean, wheats and chicken and vegetables and oil. We don't have any oil production, so maybe we should actually have a look at maybe starting some sort of oil production, but that'll definitely be next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe, and I will definitely catch you on the next one. I hope you have a good day. Take care. Cheers.